Holy shit. I cannot believe I'm about to give all of this away for free, but I'm pretty much going to break down the perfect product page for your clothing brand or for your brand, whatever in general. This transcends niches, this transcends time. I have used this exact layout for so long. Let me just say, I put a lot of work into this. This is a lot. This is years and years of knowledge. I did 30K last month with my clothing brand, so you're not getting the source from someone who's trying to sell you a course. That shit rhymes too. Check the description. There's nothing in there about a course. I don't have one. All right, as simple as this. I'm giving out the free source, so the least you could do is leave a like. Most people only watch my videos for a minute. If that's you, then click off the video because you are genuinely going to go nowhere. Someone is giving you free source right now. You better sit down and listen. Get out your notebook, right? It's not performative. Get out your notebook and start writing down. Feed the transcript of this video into AI. And AI is going to tell you exactly all the things you need to know about this video. Regardless, here we are. The job of a product page. Everything that follows is going to serve one mission, and that is removing doubt from your customer, right? You want to remove doubt because if chances are you're watching this, you're a small brand, right? They don't know about you. 99.999% of people have never even heard of you. So what do you need to do? You need to convince them to buy. It's what marketing is. Marketing isn't just ads. Marketing is your product page as well. This is where you convert them into a lifelong customer. Now, 5 things a good product page does is obviously show the product clearly. I'm talking to you who has these AliExpress listing photos or has your wooden floorboards in the background of your product page. I mean, what the hell are we doing? All right? Make your price feel justified, right? If you're selling a premium product, why is your product page not premium? The customer has to trust the brand, which comes into making the price feel justified. It shouldn't feel too much. It shouldn't feel too less. It should feel just right for how you are marketing it. The buying needs to be simple. You need to have a buy button or an add to cart button. That is it. Do not have a quantity selector on your freaking product page, bro. The amount of times that I see people with a quantity selector, who's buying 50 of your shirts that they need a quantity selector? If they want to buy 2, they'll add it to the cart. If they want to buy 3, they'll add 3 to the cart, right? They'll press it 3 times. You do not need a quantity selector, right? And obviously, a good product page is going to increase order value, all right? Little warning, most clothing brand websites don't fail because their product is terrible. They fail because their page leaves too many unanswered questions, right? If you watch any of my videos, you know I'm big on that. So before someone buys, they're obviously thinking, does it look good? Will it fit me? If not, what size do I need? Is the quality worth it, right? Can I trust this brand? When will it arrive, right? What if I pick the wrong size? Is this actually popular? Or should I buy it now? Or should I wait till later, right? So we're going to answer all of these questions. Now, they're not, most of the time they're not usually asking these in the front of their head. They're asking them in the back of their head, right? Most of the time they don't actually know. So the first 5 seconds is crucial. In fact, the first 2 seconds is crucial, right? The first 1.5 seconds is crucial when you have a clothing brand. This is what they see before they click X or before they scroll, right? Simple as this. So your product image gallery, right? If it's obviously it's going to be for mobile, you need to make sure you're optimizing for mobile. So it's going to look a little bit more, this will be moved down here, right? More down there like that rather than on, anyway. So the product image gallery, I would probably have 4 to 5 max image per variant, and that is pushing it. I would say 3 or 4 is enough. Front, back, side if necessary, and then a lifestyle picture, right? You have your product title. Now, depending on your brand and depending on your niche is how you would title that. I have other videos about this where I go more in depth. Your product title could be something as simple as oversized classic t-shirt, right? Something like that. It could be as simple as that, or you could just say classic t-shirt, or you could just say classic tee, or you could just say blank tee, right? It really depends on your brand, depends on your niche, depends how you're trying to say it. So if you have a activewear brand, you might say pump increase tee or something like that, right? You'll have something a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, right? And then you have your reviews and your star rating. So here you'll have the star rating, if you need to make it up, make it, you know, something believable, 4.5, 4.6, 4.7, something like that. But if you do have real ratings, show them here. You don't have to have the star rating. You can show it in another way, right? And then you have your price, right? This is very simple, right? Your price in Shopify, this is already set up for you in this cascading order. You have your price, a short product benefit, you know, you can show as well. And then, you know, but this really obviously depends on the shirt that you have. So obviously that's a maybe. And then you have your color selector. So if you have multiple variations, you know, then people can select that. And hey, this is a little bit of free sauce if you're still watching, right? Color selector, have one variant that isn't even a real thing, you haven't even designed. Have it there, but make it sold out so people think it's selling out, right? It's a little bit of sauce, right? If you use that, I'm telling you, you will sell more. Size selector, hey, maybe you only sell size small to XL. No, you don't. You sell size small to 3XL, but 2XL and 3XL are sold out, and extra small is sold out. Extra small is sold out, but you never sold it anyway, right? This is the way you got to be thinking. And then you have a shipping/trust message. You know, you can say like ships to you in 2 or 3 days, or you know, offers express shipping, something like that, right? Then you have your add to cart / your buy now / your accelerated checkout buttons like your PayPal, your Apple Pay, your Shop Pay. You'll need to have that set up because you know you will leak conversions. Otherwise, payment icons as well is an option if it doesn't clash with your color scheme, or you know if you're a minimal brand, maybe you wouldn't do that. But obviously, if the customer cannot understand what you're selling, or how much it costs, or how to buy within a couple seconds, you're going to lose sales, right? It's as simple as that. So now we've done above the fold, we're going to be moving into something like your product title, right? Make it clear, not clever. So, you know, for example, me, I sell a certain t-shirt called Monochrome, right? And then you go black, or you do heavyweight 300 GSM, right? You make it obvious about what you're selling. You don't have to have this. You could just have something like that and leave it as that, right? A title depending on your brand, obviously, depending about where you are. If you're trying to get discovered by SEO in Google, then you probably won't want to worry about that. And this is what you don't want to do, right? And let me be clear. I took these examples from real clothing brands, right? I took these from real clothing brands. The Drop, are you kidding me? Essential 01, premium piece, limited garment. That is not a title you should be having on one of your fucking clothing brand pieces, alright? I'm getting worked up. Let's move on. Your title is supposed to help the customer instantly know what the product is and save the brand story for lower on the page, right? Keep it simple, straight to the point. Get people intrigued, okay? Simple as that. Now, your price, you justify it before they question it. So, this took me so long to put together. All right, the price formula, the product quality, plus the brand trust, plus your visual presentation, plus social proof, plus clear offer equals your justified price. All right, let me hide my webcam for 2 seconds. There you go. Take a screenshot of that. Right, that's what you need. All right, what supports your price is going to be the fabric, you know, the premium print, the embroidery, the better fit, you know, why it fits better than all your other competitors, your strong product photos, your reviews. You know, people have paid this price, so you aren't special if you don't, right? Free/clear shipping, bake it into your price at the start if you need to. Easy returns and exchanges, limited stock, you know, tell a brand story in the description, and you know your outfit and your matching value, right? This all comes into your price, right? You don't say it, you show it. You don't make an $80 tee, right? You do not make an $80 tee feel worth $80 by saying it's a premium high quality tee. You make it feel worth $80 by showing the details, right? Fear of God Essentials is worth a couple $100s for a t-shirt because they have a brand story. They have, you know, good shipping, they have good reviews, they have good products, they have strong product photos, they fit better than your other random essential brands, and they have premium, you know, print and embroidery, right? So, you know, your 300 GSM heavyweight cotton, relaxed, oversized fit, you know, these are things that I've taken from good brands and my brand as well. Free shipping over, you know, easy size exchanges, designed to, you know, made to, engineered to, those are the sort of things, you know, and you want to talk about your USPs, right? On a blank white t-shirt, that might be a little bit harder, but it's not impossible. So, your product images. This is where you sell the product without using words, okay? Image checklist, clean hero image, front view, back view, close-up print and embroidery, right? You know, you can show a close-up or fit on body, lifestyle photos, you know, a size reference. So you put an image of a model and how they're wearing it, and then in the description you say, model is wearing a size XL and is 113.2587 centimeters, whatever, and an outfit's a matching piece. So what I've done here is these ones here, these are your main, clean hero, front view, back view, and then maybe this one. And then all these blue ones here, all of these ones here, these are optional. And these are like, I'd choose one of these to go with that, right? Your images should answer most of the questions they have about quality, fit, color, styling, and anything else. And do not rely on mock-ups, you know, like some shitty like 3D Blender made mock-up. Real photography, AI photography is going to build trust, right? If you know how to make a good AI mock-up, it's going to look better than real product photography, right? So when I say real, I mean like not just a picture of your iPhone, okay? And recommend, obviously, my image order right here. You know, these first three, these are the ones that are really the more important. And then these ones here are like your, you know, help out a little bit. Okay, moving on to the description. This is where it gets important. These are the basics. This is where it gets important, right? Short, specific, and easy to skim read. I do not want to see these descriptions that literally look like AliExpress listings. They have dash, 100% cotton, 2, fits really good, 3, won't bleach your other clothes in the washer. A bunch of like descriptions like that. Build the brand story around it, okay? Opening line, a simple sentence explaining the product and why it exists, right? This is what I've built this up from watching all these other brands do it, right? Example, the so-and-so tee is a heavyweight everyday tee built with a relaxed fit, premium cotton feel, and contrast detailing, right? If you know what I sell, you understand what I mean. You know, and then these bullet points. Now, when I say these bullet points, I don't mean make them actual bullet points, right? You understand? These bullet points are what you are answering in this example, right? You have a description of the product, then you have a sizing description of the product, and then you have a shipping or returns or quality assurance of the product. Do not answer these in bullet points, all right? I cannot stress that enough. So this premium tee is made with high quality material and designed for people who want to look good. Bro, I'm telling you, I found this on some random Instagram brand's description, right? Bad descriptions use really vague words. They don't know who they're actually selling to. Good descriptions give specific reasons to care. Okay? Damn. Anyway, size and fit. Remove the biggest clothing objection. You're selling it in fashion. People want it to fit like that model that is perfectly, you know, in wearing the best outfit they've ever seen. They go, damn, that model's wearing this. Oh, that fits right below the bicep line. That tee or that long sleeve tee sits right behind the bone in your wrist, right? Sizing is going to kill your conversions. So if you don't know the exact sizing, find the exact sizing of your brand. And if you don't, you got a lot of work to do. Get AI to make you a sizing chart that people can look at. You know, download one of the apps where people input their height and it will tell them what exact size to buy. Size chart, model height and size worn, like I was telling before. Fit description, and the fit description can be very, very simple, right? The fit description can be something that's like fit slightly oversized or your normal size for the intended fit. And then between sizes, recommendations as well is an option. Oversized versus true to size, no, as I was saying, and then, you know, exchange policy link you can have there as well, which will increase your conversion. So, you know, you got some example copies here. So this is the one that I use with my brand, and there's these other ones that I found other brands use. And do not hide the size guide at the bottom of the page. Put it in with the description and everything else like that there. Obviously, break up the description, make it easier to read. Urgency. Give them a reason to buy now, right? People want to buy now. They want to feel like they're missing out, right? FOMO is the biggest lever you can pull in the fashion space, in the brand space in general, right? Good urgency is, you know, low stock, limited drop, restock uncertainty, launch window, free shipping threshold, early access ending, or these are just some other things I've seen brands do really well. So for example, only 12 left in stock, free shipping today only. If people can save money, chances are they'll order now. You can use these urgency things in other parts of your marketing, in your ads. You can use it in other parts of your website, on your Instagram, in your bio. Bad urgency. When I say I've seen IG brands using fake countdown timers like it's 2011 dropshipping, bro, insane, right? Fake, 20 people viewing this right now, 20 people have this in their cart. Your Instagram has 10 followers. You really think I believe that there is 30 people who have this in their cart right now, right? And then aggressive pop-ups, offer a discount, sure, for your, getting people to sign up to their, your SMS list. But do not have 50 pop-ups coming up. Sign up to the SMS list, sign up to the email list. This is about to sell out, last piece of stock, right? And then here's some example copy that you can use for that, right? Urgency works when it's believable. You need to toe the line between believable and unbelievable. Fake urgency is just going to make your brand look like a scam, and people are going to bounce off it, and they will probably never, ever buy from your brand, right? You've lost a potential customer for life. Now, your social proof. Show that other people trust it, right? So this is where you can do product reviews, star rating, customer photos, IG comments, try on clips, all these sort of things, worn by customers section, right? These are all different options. You don't have to put all of these in as it goes for everything else, right? Rated 8.5. If you have a brand with like 50 followers, you need to pull the social proof elements on your product page. It is really, really important. So 100 plus orders shipped, real customer reviews. So that's why I'm saying here, new brand, start small. For a new brand, social proof does not have to mean thousands of reviews. It can be real comments, real orders, real photos, and real behind the scenes proof, right? The less followers you have, the better social proof works for you, right? If you have 5,000 followers, you probably don't even need any of these, right? You just have a few UGC photos or something in your ads, and that will do fine. But if you have less, you will definitely need something like this, right? Let me hide my video camera so you can get a screenshot of that. There you go. All right. Now, trust. Make the customers feel safe. You got to nurture them, right? Clear shipping times in either the emails or in on the website, as well as these chop and change, these two here. Easy returns. You have a return thing in your product page, or on your on your menu bar or something like that. Secure checkout icons in your cart. Payment options, contact email. Like, obviously not all of this stuff here is been put into your product page, right? You'll put this into other pages, but at least sort of reference it. Your size exchange policy, you can reference that as well. About the brand, real product photos, real social presence, tracking included. You have this in your checkout as well. Review testimonials and FAQ. They don't all have to be on the product page. These are just giving you ideas of what to build and what you can do for trust. You might not want to do an FAQ section, but you might want to do a UGC try on clips section, carousel, right? So chop and change these around, and then some copy examples. Ships from Australia, tracking included with every order, easy size changes. If it feels anonymous, customers will not trust you with their money, right? Even if you're on Shopify, they'll probably assume that they are never going to get it, right? Now, make buying obvious. Buttons should be clear and visible. Use simple text. Do not use accept offer now or anything like that. Don't make customers hunt for it. It should be if your black and white theme on your website, a black button should stand out on a white website, or vice versa. Keep it close. Make it transcend like this. Variant, size, buy now, done, right? Make sure it looks good on mobile, and you can use a sticky add to cart as well if it's going to match your website, right? There's a lot of ifs. And then button text example, you can use add to cart, buy now, or add to bag, right? You can use similar image. Like, I would be very, very, I have seen this. This is why I put it here, because I saw a few brands doing this. It really depends on what you're selling. If you're a minimalist luxury brand, do add to bag or do add to cart. Do not do secure my size. It's going to sound even more like a scam. But if you're drop shipping and you're doing a clothing brand, sure, secure my size is going to be all right. Simple call to action text is going to be better than trying to be like, buy this, let me order my size now before it sells out, right? Now, your upsells increase your average order value without being annoying. So you can have upsell types. There's heaps of apps on Shopify that will do this. Even the basic collection, preview collection at the bottom of your product page on Shopify works fine, right? Put in things that actually match it, right? I don't want to see you going into Shopify and doing a bunch of random, letting Shopify choose the related products that it shows, right? You need to do that separately. If you have 10, 15 products, it will take you maybe an hour, no, less. It'll take you 15, 20 minutes to change all of them. Make sure it's curated. This will do more for you than Shopify's random, personalized things, right? Shopify doesn't know the customer. Shopify has never seen these people before. They're not going to go, oh, he's going to like this. They're guessing, right? So if people are buying a black t-shirt from you, put down at the bottom a black hoodie. Put down at the bottom a black pair of sweatpants, right? Complete the set. Add a blank t-shirt. Add 2, add 3, add 4. Add another color, free shipping, bundle, cart drawer, cart drawer app or something like that, or post-purchase offer, right? Those are your upsells that you can work into your product page as well, such as complete the fit, pairs well with, or worn with, you are from free shipping, customers who also bought, and then it kind of goes into a mini flow just like this, all right? Let me get out of the way there so you can screenshot that. It is a very, very simple, transcending product page that goes through all of these, and the best upsells aren't just going to be some random shit that Shopify throws in there. It should feel natural and make sense that the customer would want it, right? You should be designing like that anyway, that they're all in the same sort of ensemble. And then, you can have your FAQ. You can go down here and you can answer a bunch of these questions. I haven't put these in on any of my brands, but I have seen a few brands that have. That's why I put it here. You can if you want. There's a time and a place for it. It really depends. A/B test it. Keep trying to test it and keep trying to figure out if this is going to work for your brand or not. And obviously, you can answer most of these questions in your description. So you can ask ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever. Ask them to answer these questions in the description copy that it makes for you. And every question left unanswered is going to be a reason for you to leave the page, right? So most customers are going to be on mobile, right? Let's, make this as simple as it can. Make sure the images are fast loading. Small PNGs or JPEGs, clear first image, price visible quickly, all this sort of stuff here. Add to cart button is easy to find. Apple Pay, Shop Pay, sticky call to action if you need to, right? No annoying pop-ups, no text blocks, images not cropped badly. Make sure they're all the same size. Please make sure all the product images are the exact same size down to the pixel. And do not build it on website. You need to be building it, in the top right where you can press the mobile button on Shopify. That is where you need to be building it, not on website, right? Simple. This is the perfect order, chop and change these, right? Obviously, don't change this, but there we go. Hide my webcam. That is a simple order. This is what you need to be going through. Chop and change a few of these things. If it's looking too chaotic, cut it. But, make sure you have a decent, looking something a little bit like this. And then these are some common mistakes. Before I recorded this video, I spent I spent about 2 hours. So it's 2:19 right now. And let me show you. It's 2:20 right now. I started this at 12 o'clock. Building this and building the things for going through some competitors and stuff. These are the common mistakes that they made. Using mock-ups only, using, SketchUp, Procreate from their iPad mock-ups, no size guide, vague description that nobody knows, shipping info, no reviews or proof. They have terrible product photos. The add to cart button is way too far down the page. It's after the description, right? No urgency, no reason to trust their brand. Way too many pop-ups. They have a slow mobile page. If it takes a second too long to load, people will click off and that is it, right? Confusing navigations, no returns exchanges, and product page looks empty, and copying big brands without big brand trust, right? These are some of the worst things you can do. If these call out to you, hey, I'm glad you're honest, right? Trust is not inherited. Big brands can get away with minimal pages because people already trust them. People know who Nike is. People know who Gucci and Prada is, they don't know who Hustle Trap Vision Aura is, right? New brands need to earn it on the product page, right? This is a cold audience who have never heard of you before. And then, this is make sure your page, send screenshots of your page to AI and ask it these questions right here, right? Ask it these questions, tell it to give you an honest answer. And then obviously, I've said this in multiple of my videos, a good product page does not pressure people into buying. It gives them enough confidence to buy it. It feels like they're missing out if they don't buy. That is a perfect product page. This took me hours to make, so I'd appreciate a like on the video, but this is exactly what you should be doing. If you didn't understand it, rewind the video and you're going to have to find out again. Simple as that.